What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have another nice NBA slate for tonight, Taco Tuesday. Hopefully, we can have us a good day. Taking a look at yesterday, guys. How about them Texans, man? Belt to A on the Steelers last night. A 30-6 win over the Steelers. Not what I was expecting from the game in terms of how close it was going to be. Game was a blowout. Could not get a stop on Houston. They cashed the total. Houston money line cashed. Obviously, if you took the Texans, I ended up playing them with the Lakers last night. So the Lakers sold me on my teaser. Taking a look at our bet tracker from yesterday, I ended up losing $60. I had two bets yesterday on the money lines. That's all I played. I played the Texans teaser. Like I said, I lost just because the Lakers lost. And then I had Cavs total that game under 250.5, which I ended up cashing. So I won some of my money back here. Ended up still losing around $60 in terms of where the sports books is at. I'm up $4,597 on the month so far. So hopefully we can keep doing this. I'm hoping for a 10K month. That would be nice. I am going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of VIP. So if this video gets 250 likes, I'm going to select another winner down from the comments to win a free month. So drop a comment, leave a like on the video. If you're not subscribed, hit that sub button. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully, like I said, we can have us a good day. Free picks yesterday. This slip cashed, this slip missed. Let's take a look at this one first. So far in two of these playoff games, I had Trevor Lawrence for 200 or for maybe it was, I think 200 or 210. 210 for Trevor Lawrence. He ends up 207. Aaron Rodgers ends with 146. I have him for 150. So we've got hooked. I'm calling that a hook. Pretty much a hook on both quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud soared over. Fairburn only attempted one field goal, which he made. So this slip was a big X, unfortunately. NBA, we ended up cashing. Ingram cashed freaking easy. It was kind of sweaty due to a blowout, but it cashed pretty free. Pritchard cashed pretty easily, and then Porter cashed pretty easily as well. So that was a nice little dub that we had. Can't complain at all of that. Hopefully, we can at least hit these NBA bets again today. But let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. And hopefully, like I said, we can have us a good day. So the first winner is going to be for Johnny Browse, 8123. He said, let's get paid today. Well, Johnny, send me a message on Discord. I'll get you added for that free month. I do appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. And yeah, like I said, just send me a message and I'll get you added for that free month. If you guys do want to join the Discord is free to join. Link is down in the description. You can get every single play that I personally play for $10 a week or for $25 a month. You're not going to get a better deal anywhere. Highly recommend you guys join the Discord if you're not already. But that being said, let's go ahead and talk about these games. First game on the slate that we have is going to be the Suns taking on the Heat. We have Miami plus 104 underdogs at home, a 1.5 spread with a 230.5 total. Public betting, 66% of the money is going to be on the Suns, with 67% going to be on them covering a 1.5 spread. Phoenix, I've counted out many, many times in the past. They usually end up doing the opposite of what I think. I think Phoenix wins the day, so maybe you should take Miami money line. Miami has not been bad at home. Plus money on Miami at home you can't go wrong with when you look at how these teams have played as of lately. As of lately, this Suns team has been completely dominant. I mean, I'm not going to add all these numbers up, but completely dominant. They have three wins in a row versus the Knicks, Memphis, and Washington, which I know the Knicks is really the only tough win there. The Heat been kind of the opposite, man. They've lost 3 in a row. They got beat by OKC. They got blown out by Indiana, and then they got blown out by Minnesota. So 3 blowout games in a row for the most part. They did get a win with the Pelicans, but they lost versus the Timberwolves again. So this one at home, you can see at home, the Heat have almost a 70% win rate at home. The Suns are around 50-50 on the road. So that worries me slightly in terms of home field advantage here, or home court advantage. I do like Miami there. Miami does have a questionable Norman Powell. Obviously, they're still missing Rozier. We don't need to go there. Norman Powell, big loss for the team if he sits. If he plays, then obviously it's a big pickup. Tyler Hero is coming off the bench, I'm assuming. Yeah, no, he's not. What am I talking about? For some reason, I did not see Hero's name here. I don't know why. But anyways, Hero's good to go. I don't know why I was thinking he might come off the bench. But looking at Phoenix's side of things, you got Jamari and Jalen Green both still missing, which is pretty much what they've had missing pretty much the entire season. So or as of lately anyways. So this game's tough to call. If you like Miami, if you're a Miami fan, Miami at home's hard to beat, like I said. You can run with them. I'm kind of leaning Phoenix here. Phoenix has just looked too dang dominant. This is a good game for props. I do think that Hero has a decent game. I think Devin Booker could have a pop-off game, and I do like Dylan Brooks in this game as well. So those are the three players we're looking at. We're going to lock in some slips live here in a minute, so stick around for the player props. But yeah, I'm rolling with Phoenix here right now. Maybe I change my mind on this, but as of right now, it is Suns money line. Next game on the slate is going to be the Spurs versus OKC. We get game 4 of the season. Now, the Spurs have absolutely murked OKC this season. They have beat them in 3 straight games. The Spurs are plus 235 underdogs again on the road versus OKC, where they have shut this line up about 3 times already. OKC minus 7.5 on the spread, a 229.5 total, and you can see 58% of the money with 55% of the money on the Spurs on both money line and on the spread. When you look at these two teams, the Spurs coming off of a loss versus Minnesota, it was a 1-point loss. OKC coming off of 3 wins in a row, beating Miami, Memphis, and the Jazz. Are these two good teams to beat? Miami's a decent team, but the other two teams, I mean, it's the Jazz and the Grizzlies, really not that strong of wins. They did get beat by Charlotte and beat by the Suns the 2 games prior to that. This is a game where at this value, I can't run OKC. Head-to-head, you can see 3 straight victories for the Spurs this season, all from this season. They have had their number. I'm not saying they're going to win tonight. OKC is minus 200 for a reason, but in terms of where the value is, I have to roll with the Spurs here. I may end up running Spurs spread or something like that to keep it a little bit better. If you look at the Spurs, they are missing Devin Vassell. OKC's missing Hartenstein and Nicholas still. I mean, Hartenstein's mainly the one we're looking at here. But still missing Hartenstein, still missing Devin Vassell. That's 2 pretty big losses for both teams. But, I mean, they've been playing without Hartenstein most of the season. This Spurs team's still going to be good without our man Vassell. So, like this game a lot. I think it's going to be very competitive. If you get the Spurs plus 7.5 and play some type of teaser, you can run the Spurs teaser at plus 7.5 and probably get them at plus 12.5. I think the game stays competitive. But you never know, man. OKC might come out here with freaking fire under them and blow out the Spurs. I don't think it's going to happen. Definitely could. With the value like this, I can't take OKC, though. Not with the way they played versus the Spurs this season. Spurs have just been their kryptonite. So running with the Spurs here in terms of money line and spread. Spread is most likely what I'm looking for if I play this game myself. Next game on the slate, Nuggets, Pelicans. Pelicans are plus 130 of underdogs at home, 2.5 spread, 233.5 total. Look at the public betting, 61% and 74% of the money is going to be on the Nuggets on both money line and spread. When you look at these two teams, the Nuggets have won 3 of their last 4 games, still dealing with a lot of injuries. You have a questionable Jamal Murray. Jones is probable. You are missing Christian Brown, Tamar Bates, Aaron Gordon's probable. Cam Johnson is out. Jokic is still out. We already talked about Spencer Jones and Jamal Murray. And then you got Joe Val still out. So they're missing pretty much their entire core on this team. The Pelicans missing Alvarado. Sadiq Bey is questionable. Herbert Jones is out. And DeJounte Murray is still out. So this is a spot where I'm probably not going to run any money lines here. I can't really trust the Nuggets team that's dealing with all these injuries. I'd probably end up running Pelicans at home. The Pelicans they're a team that can beat bad teams. The Pelicans really are. And they can show up randomly. At home, it's hard for me not to want to take the Pelicans in a spot like this just because the Nuggets, just so many injuries. And you have to wait to see exactly who plays and who doesn't. But got a pretty good grasp on a lot of players sitting. So for me, not playing it, Pelicans plus 130, those hard not to want to take. I'll probably end up fading this game myself if we're being honest. Next game on the slate is going to be the Rockets versus the Bulls. You got the Rockets minus 450 at home, 12.5 spread, 223.5 total. 60% of the money is going to be on the Bulls with 71% on Houston covering a 12.5 spread, which is a pretty big spread. Now let's talk about why this spread is so high. Chicago missing Zach Collins, missing Josh Giddey, missing Kobe White. Julian Phillips is probable, and Kyle Murray is questionable. Houston, Tari Eason out, Finney Smith still out, Fred VanVleet still out. Nothing new here on these players. They do have Sengun back. Sengun played 35 minutes his last game, did pretty well. I'm expecting Sengun to feast on Vucevic. He's probably going to have a good game. This game's got potential blowout all over it. If you look at the Rockets have lost 3 games in a row. They got beat twice by Portland, then they got beat by the Kings. Getting beat by the Kings is pretty rough, but the Kings just beat the Lakers too. Maybe this Kings team is about to start popping off. Looking at the Bulls, they did beat the Mavericks in their last game, but they lost 3 games in a row prior to that. So I don't think this Bulls team comes to Houston and beats Houston. If you want to run them at plus 480, that's up to you. This is not an underdog that I even recommend taking at all. I just don't see this Bulls team winning. Way too many injuries. All their core is out, and Houston is pretty much back healthy. So give me the Rockets money line here. I'm not going to touch the spread at 12.5 because I feel like that's kind of bait sometimes. But taking Houston here. Houston should win this game. Nothing really on the Bulls side of things that I'm looking at. Next game, Timberwolves versus Bucks. We only have 3 more games to talk about, and we'll go into these player props, so just be patient with me. We got Milwaukee minus 138 at home, a 3.5 spread, and a 228.5 total. Public betting, 56% of the money is going to be on the Bucks, and then 82% on them minus 3.5, which is absolutely crazy to me. So probably not going to run the Bucks minus 3.5. Let's take a look at why that much money might be on the Bucks side of things. So when you look at the Timberwolves have won 5 of their last 6 games. They beat Miami twice. They beat Cleveland. They beat the Spurs in their last game, 104-103. The Bucks have looked okay. They've won 3 of their last 5. They just got beat by a beat-up Nuggets team, though. Neither team on back-to-backs. Looking at Minnesota, they're missing Anthony Edwards today. Ant-Man is out. Rudy Gobert is out. Terrence Shannon is out for Milwaukee. Taurean Prince is out. And then you have a questionable Miles Turner. So they're missing a lot on this with Gobert and Ant-Man on this Minnesota side of things. I think Giannis probably feasts again. Julius Randle is really what I'm looking at on this Minnesota side of things. Now, Randle has a tough matchup. Randle versus Giannis. Randle does not typically do too well. I'm going to be, especially scoring-wise. Looking at his last couple games, he has not been putting up very many points or very many shot attempts versus this Bucks offense, or this Bucks defense, I mean. But I will say, with no Ant-Man or Gobert, Randle is the guy. So Randle is going to have to put up some shot attempts this game if they want to win this game. Randle should come out here and pop off. I'm looking at a lot of Randle today, points, rebounds, and assists, and that's pretty much where my core for this game is going to be. Giannis is good for he's Giannis. He's good all the time, no matter who he's playing against. So not really much we need to evaluate there. In terms of who wins this game, I'm leaning the Bucks here. I think Bucks money line is probably the way to go on this. Minnesota's just missing too much. The Bucks at home going to be hard to beat, and we can see their record at home. Let's see here. So they've won 50. They're 50-50 at home. Timberwolves are 58% on the road. If we go to games without Ant-Man, we can do that as well and see how they play without Ant-Man. Without Ant-Man, they've won every game on the road. They beat Golden State, they beat the Nets, and they beat Hornets. Hornets and the Nets don't really say anything. Golden State, they did beat in Golden State without Ant-Man, but this game, I can't remember if anyone was sitting for Golden State. There's probably a lot of players missing there. Curry and Draymond may have been sitting, potentially Butler as well. So that game, you need to do your research if you want to use it as a credible source of how good this team is without Ant-Man. But regardless, I'm probably running Bucks here, minus 130, not a bad play. Next game on the slate, second to last, we have Hawks taking on the Lakers. Lakers plus 146 at home, 3.5 spread, 232.5 total. 55% of the money and 69% of the money is going to be on Atlanta on both money line and spread. I am not touching the Lakers anymore. Maybe a little bit later if I start getting or have a reason to. They've lost 3 straight. They just got beat by the Kings. They sold my lay last night, like in a game where the Kings were on a back-to-back. So can't trust the Lakers. Looking at the Hawks, do I trust the Hawks to come to LA and beat them? Not really. I mean, the Hawks have won 3 in a row. They're missing Ricochet, or potentially missing Ricochet. Porzingis is still out. Newell's questionable. Luke Kennard is questionable. Lakers are missing AR. Until AR comes back, I probably won't play the Lakers. This game I'm probably going to fade. If I had to pick a winner, give me the Hawks just because the Lakers have looked so bad. Give me the Hawks, man. I'm taking Hawks money line if I had to pick one. Last game on the slate, Golden State versus Portland. These odds are crazy to me. So you got Portland plus 359 in Golden State. So on the road, a 10.5 point spread and a 223.5 total. 67% and 58% of the money is going to be on Portland across the money line and the spread. Now, Portland has had Golden State's number. We're going to look at the head-to-head data here. You can see Golden State lost the last game. They've lost 3 in a row to Portland. All 3 games this season, Portland has beat them. Portland won 136-131. 127-123, and then 139-119. If you look at the games in Golden State, the last 2 games in Golden State, 50-50 split. Portland won the last one from this season. Golden State beat them last year in March. 2025 season, you can see that Trailblazers have won, 5 of their last 6 games. They've looked really good. They just got beat by the Knicks. This was a couple days ago. You look at the Warriors. They just got beat by the Hawks a couple days ago. So this Warriors team not dealing with any injuries. Seth Curry's the only one out. Portland's still dealing with all these injuries. Avdia is out. Jeremy Grant is out. Henderson's out. Dame, obviously, we know is out. Chris Murray, Thibault, Blake Wesley. So they're missing a lot of players. Avdia is the big one in this game that you really need to pay attention to. But for plus 365, it would not surprise me if somehow Portland pulled off a dub. Looking at players from this game, honestly, there's a Butler play that I like, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But this game, I'm not touching Golden State at minus 300. I think Portland is actually a live dog at plus 359 if you want to take a chance on them. I think Portland for the spread is not that bad either at plus 10.5. I think you could run some type of teaser spread with this one and Spurs, and you could have a nice little slip. But we'll get all that figured out in the Discord. It'll be posted if you want to join. Obviously, it's there. Before we jump into these player props, I do want to give a big shout out to all the apps we are partnering with. They're all down in the description. If you sign up for any app that is down in the description, you get a free month of our VIP and you get a deposit match. So up to $100 on all these apps. Parlay Play is one of them that I push a lot. Parlay Play will give you $5 for free if you sign up with our code. That will give you a deposit match up to $100. We give you free VIP. We post a lot of plays on here. Look at their promos for today. They have so many boosted plays. And we'll talk about these boosts here in a minute. But they do that every single day. One of my favorite platforms. Highly recommend you guys to sign up for it. So any of those apps in the description. Parlay Play, Chalkboard, Underdog, Novig, Dabble, Better, and Sleeper. Any of those 7 apps, let me know, and we'll get you added. Upside Tools is another platform that I am now partnered with. Upside is a optimizer. What it does is it takes all of our plays from apps like Prizepicks and Underdog. You just click the Player Props Optimizer. It's going to take all these props, compare it across the board to other books, and help you find the best value, and it gives you a hit rate. So we're going to come over here, we're going to hit NBA, and then we're going to look at this. So they have Jimmy Butler under 11 rebounds and assists. This is a 54.6% chance to hit, and you can see why they're saying that. It's 11.5 on FanDuel at minus 140. It's 11.5 on Caesar, minus 150, minus 142. It's plus 100 at 10.5, but you can just, it's comparing all this value and then giving you that percent odds to hit. So you can do that with every single play pretty much. You can search players. It's right here. You can type in who you want. So you can get a 5-day free trial if you want to give this platform a try. You can do it on game lines as well, like money lines and stuff. It does have hockey. It does have college. So 5-day free trial with our code down in the description. And you can also get your first month for 25% off, code ACES. But let's go ahead and jump in to these plays for today, guys. First slip, first play, taking our man Stephon Castle. I'm taking Castle. I'm taking him for 19.5 points and assists. Now, these are going to be some sweaty plays. There's some of these boosts, and let's talk about these boosts. This is a boosted play right now on Parlay Play. It's a 1.58x for him to cash this line. These boosts that Parlay Play give are sweaty for a reason. Devin Booker, 1.5 threes. It's got good value. If you think he hits it, it's not a bad play. That one, there's not any type of, this one's not a trap. I just don't like it. Sengun, 34.5 PRA. This one to me is a trap, and they will try to trap you with these games because this game has blowout potential. So they want you to take Sengun, who's coming off of an injury, first of all, second game back. They want you to take him versus a team that's fully injured, and Sengun may not even play the fourth quarter. So that's what they're doing. They want you to take this bait because it is a good payout. If this game stays competitive, Sengun cashes it. Is it going to stay competitive? I honestly don't think it does. So that's kind of a trap to me. Castle is going against OKC. This one could be considered a trap because they're fully healthy. 19.5 points and assists. If you look at Castle so far in his last few games, he's been struggling, man. He's not been cashing this line. He's hooked it twice. He's been under the 2 after that versus Boston and Minnesota. Versus OKC, we know OKC has a very good defense. Go to the shooting guard position, and it's the complete opposite, though. OKC has struggled to stop the shooting guard position, 22nd and 20th ranked defense. If you go to head-to-head, Castle has absolutely crushed OKC. The 3 games this season, 24, 27, and 26 points and assists. He's cashed this line pretty much points alone. So 2025 season, 74% hit rate. He's been very consistent with this line, which is why I like this play. But yeah, look at Castle. Let's take a look at his minutes first. Let's make sure his minutes have not come down because he's playing 31 minutes per game on average. You look at him in his last 10, he's averaging 31.5. So nothing different about his minutes or anything. No trap there. But Castle does have a tough matchup. It's a tough game. I expect him to give us 20 points and assists. I'm going to take a chance with it for a 1.6x. I think the value there is pretty dang good, and I'm willing to take him because just based off a head-to-head matchup, it's been a very good season for our man Castle. So especially no Devin Vassell. Vassell being out helps him a lot as well. So let's pull it up on Prizepicks. We're going to check our value. got to make sure your value is the best on the app you're playing it. That way you're not leaving money on the table if it cashes. Sometimes the risk versus reward won't be worth it if you have too low of a payout. So Castle right here, 19.5 points and assists. I like that a lot. Who are we going to pair Castle with? I'm pairing Castle with Julius Randle, 18 points. So that's what I'm running with. You could play Randle PRA if you prefer, but 18 points for Randle is something that's been very consistent. He's cashed at 75% on the season, 30 or 40 games. He's averaging 22 points per game across the season, and he's averaging 16 field goal attempts. Head-to-head data, he's been under both games versus the Bucks. I told you the matchup versus the Bucks has not been good. They have the 7th-ranked points defense to the power forward position, but I expect Randle to put up some big shot volume. So we need to come over here, go games without player. We're going to go without Anthony Edwards. Without Ant-Man, Randle has cashed this 100% of games this season. He's averaging 25 points. He's putting up 17.5 field goal attempts. The last 2 games, he shot 21 shots per game. Like, big volume from Randle when there's no Ant-Man. Like, they don't really have anybody else to go to. I don't know if there's any data without Gobert. There's not without both of them. But without Ant-Man, he's cashed this line every single game this season. I expect nothing less in this game. It should be a competitive game. Give me Julius Randle for 18 points. So, Randle, points, 18.5. We're going to lock in live. This is a 1.93x. I like this slip a lot. Let's check it over on Prizepicks before we lock it in to make sure the value is not better. It shouldn't be. So 1.7x. So way better value on parlay play, which is why I'll be playing it here. So hitting the lock in. Sometimes it takes a while for this site to lock the bet in for whatever reason, but we'll give it some time. There it goes. Come to track picks. We're going to hit refresh so you know it's legit. Entry amount, we got Randle, 17.5 points with Stephon Castle over 19.5 points and assists. Lock it in if you want to tell it. The next slip we have is going to be another promo that's on Parlay Play that I liked. So scrolling down here, it's the only other one that I like right now is for Butler, 17.5 points. Now, Butler is going to be sweaty. Both of these promos are going to be sweaty. They are getting very strategic about the promos they give. Randle can give you 18 points in any game. Now, they're fully healthy. Curry's back. Draymond's playing. Like it's tough sometimes when everybody's playing. His line is 23.5 for a reason. He has cashed 18 for 75% of games this season. Am I in Randle? What am I? Okay. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. I literally went straight back to Randle. So Butler's line is 20.5. 17.5, he's cashed 7 of his last 10, and he's cashed 71% of games this season, which is 25 of 35. Averages right at 20 points per game. Head-to-head versus Portland, he's been over 2 of his last 6. You look at him this season, he has 3 games. He went over 1 of the 3 versus Portland this season. So, yeah, he hasn't really been playing super good versus Portland in terms of points, averaging 10 field goal attempts. This season, he has, 26? That'll be 33 divided by 3, so he's averaging 11 versus Portland as well. They are playing with a full healthy team, like we said. Portland's points defense is pretty bad, 25th in the league. Go to small forward is 13th, to power forward is 12th. So to the forward position, around middle of the pack in terms of where their defense is. So we do need to check what his stats look like with Curry. So we're going to go with Steph Curry. Come down here. He's cashed 22 of 30 games with Curry playing. So he's averaging 20 points per game on the season. So he doesn't shoot any less with Curry. He's averaging right at 12 field goal attempts. He's getting around 8 free throws per game, around 2.3 3-point attempts. He had 6 his last game versus Atlanta. Butler's one of those. Some games he can put up a lot of volume, some games he won't. So we just got to hope this is one of those games where Butler decides he wants to shoot. Hopefully Curry has an off night or something and Portland keeps this game close. But I like Butler for 18. I'm willing to take a chance on him for a boosted payout. And I think this line pretty much is always decent for a man Butler. So I'm locking him in. We'll check it on Prizepicks as well. Make sure the value is going to be just as good on Parlay Play for this slip. So Butler, 17.5. Who am I going to pair Butler with? I'm pairing Butler with our man Dylan Brooks. So Brooks is not somebody I play a lot. It's a good matchup versus Miami, and Brooks' PRA line is 19.5, which is very low for the way he's been playing. 19.5, he's cashed 8 of his last 10. He has cashed his line 82% of games on the season, averaging 26. Head-to-head, he's been over 1 of his last 2 versus Miami. There's no data from this season, but you can see Miami's points, rebounds, and assists defense. Green means they have a very bad defense. Yellow and red means it's the better defense. So 19th in the league. They're literally, if this goes up 1 position, it would be green. You'd have a fully green matchup. It's a great game for Brooks, in my opinion. I think this game stays competitive as well. Miami could win this game. So give me Dylan Brooks for 19.5. I don't think that's too sweaty. One of my more preferred lines on this slate. So Brooks at 19.5. This gives us a 1.8x. 250 is going to win 455. So let's pull up Brooks on Prizepicks. Make sure the value is still good on Parlay Play. PRA, 19.5 gives us a 1.7x. So yes, it is still better on parlay play. We'll lock it in live. And then get this slip pulled up. So we know how this is. It always takes forever for parlay play to lock these slips in. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what the deal is, but it struggles. It doesn't do this on your phone, by the way. It's only on the mobile or on the web browser for some reason. Anyways, that's what I'm locking in. It's going to be 250 to win 455. You guys already saw the other slip. It was the man Stefan Castle with Randall over points. We got it locked in. I don't know why this is taking forever. I'm going to refresh again and I guess lock it in again. Butler, Brooks, PRA, 250, place. Sometimes if you refresh and do it, it's faster. But anyways, that's what we got. You guys saw the two slips. Lock them in if you like them. Fade them if you don't. If you guys want to get every single play that I play, you know where to go. The Discord is free to join. We'd love to have you guys in there. This slip will lock in. I'm going to have it posted in the Discord in just a minute. I don't know why it's doing this, but it's going to get posted. But anyways, hope you guys have a good day. Hope you cash everything. Let me know if you need any help. Just send me a message on Discord. Any advice you need, I can try my best to help you out. But anyways, see y'all in tomorrow's video, and hopefully we have a good Taco Tuesday today on Prizepicks.